Hello, welcome to Capstone Almost Live with the Almost Live Michael Dahl. Now I have a secret. Boys love to read. Yes, I know that may sound revolutionary to some, or even wrong, but it is true. Boys love to read. But doesn't everyone have a big but in their life? They may not read what we think they should read, and so then we label them non-readers. But I know they like to read, and I know this because I talk to librarians and teachers all over the country all the time, and they tell me what boys like to read: comics and graphic novels. So, number one on my list to share with you today are some great graphic novels that are coming from Capstone. It's a comic. It's a chapter book. It's a comic. It's a chapter book. Boys, you're both right. These comic chapter books include both. There is text, there are graphic novel panels, and it's a great transition for those who've never read graphic novels or those that you think might be reading a few too many. There's also the Superman Family Adventures, the Batman Strikes, 24-hour history. These nail-biting stories tell you everything that happened, how and when, on a fateful, famous day in history. Because remember, graphic novels, they're not a genre, they're a format. Yes, it may sound obvious, but boys do like books on sports, the military, or stories about people they might want to become when they grow up. Is it hot in here or is it just me? Side-by-side sports. You know, guys like athletic competitions. What about competitions about competitions? Well, in these books, we pit iconic athletes against one another, like David Ortiz versus Reggie Jackson, or Joe Montana versus Tom Brady. And then you, the reader, you get to decide who wins. I mean, isn't that sort of cool? And Capstone has partnered with Sports Illustrated Kids to find the best photographs available of these Socko superstars. Science of speed. Well, you can't go wrong combining sports with science. Archaeological mysteries. Here's the science of human discovery. Dig into the past, dig into the dirt, and dig up some brilliant facts about how our ancestors lived hundreds of years ago. See how it's made. Guys can see how it's made from a drawing board to the racetrack, or outer space, cars, planes, motorcycles, and rockets. The world of robots, where we learn about the real-life science of robotics. Then slip into the world of the near future and follow the races of these homemade robot racers. They're robots/vehicles that kids pilot around the world. And you know boys like fiction, and usually male heroes. Well, here's Benji Franklin. Benji's a kid who had to make an app for school. Well, this app started to really take off, and it started making money, and more money. And all of a sudden, he finds out that he is a zillionaire. Zillionaire! And with all that money, think of the cool stuff that he could buy, and the even cooler stuff he could do, like save the Earth from a meteor, or maybe from a herd of cloned dinosaurs. Hocus Pocus Hotel. In these puzzle mysteries, two boys, the school bully and the school brain, are forced to work together to solve crimes. And these take place in a spooky hotel that was built years ago for and by retired stage magicians. Now just think of it, lots of action, punchy dialogue, minimal description. Now come on, let's face it, isn't that what we all like? Will you please get to the point? What is this book about? I have an example to give. I was talking in Chicago to a group of 5th grade classes, and during one of them, I had a boy talk to me during the Q&A session. And he said, you know, there's this book that you wrote. I'd written this graphic novel a while back. He said, are you going to be writing any more in that series? And I said, well, it sort of depends. What you need to do as a reader, write a letter to the publisher, and publishers look at those, and maybe I might just do some more in that same series. Yes! You'll never guess what the story was. Princess Candy. It has princess in the title. It's about a girl with pink hair. Yes, there are books that boys love. Adventure, sci-fi, sports, humor, gross humor, horror, all those kind of things. That's cool. But you know what? Let's just look for good, compelling stories. And Capstone has tons of them. Well, for instance, like this Princess Candy book. Princess Candy, she's an 11-year-old, and she gets this really mysterious, magical present from her Aunt Pandora. And when she opens it up, well, you'll have to read the book. Until next time. It's over. The show's over.